Hey everybody, what is up? It's Miss Thomas here, and I just wanted to go ahead and introduce our lesson for today. We're going to be talking about the process of research and development. So say that you have an idea, like this $1 million idea, you know it's going to sell a lot, and you go and you put it on the market and it flops. Why do you think it might flop? Well, maybe it's because you didn't do your research. So today we're going to learn how to figure out how to avoid that misstep so that we don't end up wasting our money before we make all these millions of dollars. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to share my screen with you, and we're going to take a look at this nice PowerPoint presentation that the county has put together just for you. So we're going to be talking about the role of research and development. So as you will see on the board, then the big idea, I'm going to read it for you. Research and development is a problem-solving approach that allows business and industry to prepare products and systems for the marketplace. So in other words, when you take the time to research and develop your product before you put it out there, it's going to save you time, it's going to save you money, it's going to save you from pulling your hair out. All right? So you use research and development for two purposes: so that you can develop new products, okay, and so that you can discover new scientific and or technical knowledge. So you do your research, you do your background to figure out exactly what the needs are and how you can meet those needs best with your product. All right, so it's driven by the market, the design development process. So you're trying to figure out ways to meet the needs of the customer to get the most money. So research and development is usually carried out by engineers or industrial scientists. And as you can see, engineers are usually responsible for developing new products, and industrial scientists find new technical knowledge. So if you want the people who are going to come up with the product, you want to talk to the engineers. If you want people to figure out like the little bits and pieces, how things work, those are your industrial scientists. Now this is a nice little graphic to let you know all of the development process. So of course, for step one, you develop a problem statement by identifying the necessary information. So this is similar to the scientific process, where you come up with your hypothesis first. So this is like a hypothesis. Then you design a process to conduct your research. So you want to figure out, how do I want to get my research? Do I want to survey people? Do I want to interview people? What do I want to do? Then the next step is to conduct your research study. And there's a lot that goes into that. Let me tell you, I'm working on my doctorate right now. I'm in the middle of research. And yeah, research is definitely not something to be taken lightly. Then you analyze the data. You determine the useful data. You highlight the trends, and you make recommendations for improvement. All right. So if any of you are interested in graduate work, which I'm sure a lot of you are, then this is a slide that you need to know about. It'll give you a heads up on what you can expect when you are in grad school and or when you are out changing the world with all of your great innovations and inventions. Okay, so research, because all research, I'm going to break it down. All research has to be systematic. You have to have a plan going in, because if not, then you won't know what to research and it's going to be all over the place. All right, it should be relevant. So that means that it should, when you look at the process, and it should definitely relate and controlled. All factors should be accounted for. For example, let's say that I'm doing research on an invention that I want to make that like teleports people or whatever. So I need to make sure that all of my factors are controlled for. So I need to do it like in a laboratory, not like in the middle of the woods where like some bear could pop out and eat me. I need to do it in a controlled environment where I have pretty much control over all the different factors, all the different variables. So there's two kinds of research that they're mentioning here. The first one is exploratory, so it's open-ended. The second one is conclusive, so you can test a specific idea. Things are clear, things are focused with conclusive research. Okay, so research design, I've taken quite a few classes on this. This is when you conduct a research study and you analyze the data. And keep this in mind. This sentence is very important. It's going to come back to bite you. Nom, nom, nom. Design problems are seldom presented in a clearly defined form. I'm going to repeat that. Design problems are seldom presented in a clearly defined form. Remember that. All right. So here we have two kinds of research design. We have non-experimental. It does not demonstrate cause. That's definitely something I want to flesh out for you. all controlled. This reminds me of something called qualitative research. Okay, experimental is more so quantitative. It speaks to cause and effect. All variables are controlled. For example, I did my research study for my master's thesis on using classical music in the classroom with first graders to see how they responded. It was non-experimental. Why? Because I didn't have what is known as a control group, meaning I didn't have two different groups and I could control all the different variables, and the only thing that I could change would be the music. No, instead I had to kind of get it in where it fit in during the day, so it was non-experimental. So in my findings, I could not say that the music caused the students to behave better. I could say, I played the music, and this is how they responded, okay? So when you're done researching and collecting your data, you need to analyze it. So you collect it, you clean it, and you come up with conclusions of nature. So there's lots of different ways you can analyze data. I'm not going to get into all of them. Frequency is one, definitely, as they say. So this is quantitative. It's numbers. You can do correlations, which are associations between groups, topics, and idea, and exact data using the exact information collected. Let me give you an example of correlations. So if we look back to my master's thesis, then there was an association between the behavior of the first grade students and the music. Okay, so there was a correlation. Like when I played the music, then the behavior seemed to get better, but I can't say that it caused the behavior to get better. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, ask me, I'll be around, of course. And also remember that when you collect data, then not organized in some way and made meaningful, meaning that you can like crunch numbers all you want, but until you tell me what those numbers are about, then the data means absolutely nothing to me. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hopefully that helps to break down some of the info for you. This is a very great introduction to it, and I'm glad that we are going over it now, because trust me, in college and in grad school and in life, you will see this again. So if you have any questions, let me know. And looking forward to doing more research and development with y'all on your innovations.